Hey everybody, greetings from the waterlogged Northeast. We finally have got some beautiful weather here. It's taken a while. I mean, it rained again for almost a week.
We're going to get 3 days of it, then it's going to rain all next week again.
Yeah, so I mean, our bees are just right now, they're like, what the heck? So basically, it's Swarmageddon up this way right now. A lot of hives swarming. All the field bees have been inside, thinking they're crowded, and there've been a lot of swarms. A lot of that stuff going on right now.
And
so,
hives that can fly are making honey.
That's right. Yes, they are making honey quickly. So what we're going to do today? Today we're going to go back into our those 2 hives where we installed. We're going to do the nuke installation and the package installation. I believe we are on week 6.5. So let's go take a look and see where we're at. All right.
Okay, start again with the package first.
Yes, package first.
They're looking busy.
They are.
And notice how they're fanning this on the one side here. Fanning there, so they're curing the honey.
In my own shadow here. There we go.
These here. Not a lot, so we don't have a huge population doing that yet, but that better on the
Look at the difference,
on the
huh?
hive. They're fanning it in the opposite direction. So they're curing honey and keeping the hive cooler. Okay, so let's see where we are with our second brood chamber. Making good progress up here. So they're certainly occupying the inside of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fully, and they're just starting to build here. So what we'll just do is if you're looking for instance, swarm cells, the very quick fix for checking for swarms is you tip the upper brood chamber back. So the early indicator of swarming activity is the building of swarm cells up in the upper brood chamber. And they would be along these edges. They'd be like this, only extended. This is just a queen cup. And we can tell that because we're going to open it up and there's nothing in it. Had it been a swarm, here's another queen cup, which would be extended if they were swarming. There's another queen cup there. These are absolutely normal, but not signs of swarming. But this brood chamber is nice and full. No need to do anything here, but what we're going to do is just have a quick look in here and rearrange some of the combs, the foundation here. That'll melt with the sun, so we won't put it there. Pulling this out, another queen cup here. I'm going to make this the outer comb. Nice load of honey in here. Several pounds of nectar and resources in this frame. Again, full of nectar. We've got brood and eggs on this side. There's eggs here.
In my own shadow here. I apologize, folks.
I can hold it up higher.
There we go. That's better. Nice.
Here's the queen. Nice tiger stripe
Nice
queen.
one. Nice big one. She's beautiful.
That's a nice larvae developing in there. Lots of honey. So things are looking good. So what we're going to do here, let's separate this one out too, but let's see where we are here. Again, honey all the way around here and then brood there. More pollen on that side and some honey. Okay, so we've got a couple of frames of foundation, a couple of completely untouched ones over here. As we have lots of brood downstairs, keeping everything nice and warm, we've got a nice few days of warm weather coming. I'm gonna, what we call checkerboard this. So I'm putting sheets of foundation in between the frames of brood. This may be a bit excessive to what I suggest for others to do, but this will accelerate the rate at which they draw the comb out. And this is also a good tactic to do if you have a colony that's thinking about swarming. Now this one's not, but if you've got a colony that's been thinking about swarming and you've just cut out all the queen cells, checkerboarding the undrawn out combs with undrawn out combs is a really good way of slowing down their enthusiasm to swarm. So this colony still has a way to go, probably another week to go before we want a honey super on this hive. Assuming they continue to grow as they have been, I'd expect to see this comb, this comb, and this comb being drawn and maybe have eggs in them by a week from now.
Nice.
So looking good.
Once again, I created a little traffic jam, and there they all go. Everybody in. All right, so that looks great. Moving on to our nuke.
What we wanted to know here was, did they put anything in the honey super, which was all changed over to just foundation. So we will see soon. Got
Got
these
bees
up
in there.
here. Answer is probably not. Say they were still occupying the space below more. No, we don't have the bees up here en masse. We have bees up here, but they're not here by the thousands. We've got them up here by the hundreds. This is not enough bees to be drawing out comb yet. So we have no honey in this honey super, but look at the competition that they've got. We've got over 100 colonies in this yard.
Yeah.
So this is not the yard to make a lot of honey. So there's no honey in this yet. You can see bees are in all the gaps, but they're not doing anything with it yet. So, but we're getting close. They're starting to build little bridging combs up here and that sort of thing. And this colony down here is full right to the edges.
You can see this nice bright, if I can get my camera out of the way, this nice bright white comb down in there.
That's a sign of the building comb.
Sign of the building comb, honey flow
honey
going
flow.
on.
Now
Just
also,
not quite up there yet.
this is a colony which is at just the point that if you're going to get swarms, this is the point where you really get swarms very frequently, especially when you're putting on just a frame of foundation. So we're going to check this colony just to be sure that we haven't got any swarm cells developing in here, or at least a cursory look anyway. We're not going to check every frame again, but we are going to have a quick look. And again, no queen cells.
Nope.
Looks good. Oh, nope, I tell a lie.
Oh, are you,
I tell a lie.
fibbing, Peter?
Can you see them? Look.
Oh, look at that. Let me bring that in.
The little buggers. They've got
Look at
no
that,
justification, no justification for swarming here. Swarm cell here. Well, I'm not sure there's anything in there. That one, but this one.
That one is charged.
Looks long enough and it's charged. Look at that. Royal jelly. And this one here is even more so. Look at all that royal jelly there.
Huh?
Okay. So, even though we've put the room on here, now, had we left that drawn comb on it, I'll bet they wouldn't have made queen cells. But because we're putting foundation on, the bees think, oh, that's a lot of work. We'll take this opportunity to swarm. So this colony has already decided that it would like to swarm. So we've got a dilemma of what to do with this one, which I really want to think about what I'm going to do with this, because we really would like to follow it through.
Right.
We'd like to stop it swarming if we can do. And what we could have done is checkerboard it like we did with that hive there. Separate out, go through, look for all the queen cells in both this box and this box. There's going to be queen cells in all of them, and that's what we would need to do. So, sounds like a video for tomorrow.
Could be.
We may not have time to do that today.
Right.
It's going to be a matter of going through the whole thing. So, nuts. That's what you have to expect when you're keeping bees. The bees don't always do exactly as you plan. They don't read the books. They do what they feel is the right thing for their opportunity. And right now they feel strong enough, and they most certainly are strong enough to split in two. We were hoping that they would just, if we had a strong, steady honey flow,
Right.
they probably wouldn't think about swarming.
Right.
But because it's on again for a few days, then off, and on again, then off, they're not in a continuous honey production mode. So we're getting swarms all over the place right
We
now.
are.
As Amy said, swarm again. We're getting swarms left, right, and center because of this on again, off again.
And with the weather being so crappy and them not being able to fly, all of your field bees are in there, really, really cramped, like all day long, where normally they'd be out in the field. So this has just been a really roller coaster of a year. So spring for us up here with the weather, wreaking havoc with swarms, and someday we'll do an episode of Amy's doomed Damari splits.
Now maybe I should do a Damari split with this hive tomorrow.
That's something we could do as well.
Yeah, that would be good, because it's a good way of keeping a colony growing big without splitting. So tomorrow's plan, let's do a Damari
All right.
manipulation of this
I
hive.
won't have anything to do with it, because if I have anything to do with it, it'll be an epic failure. But yeah, I think that sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we did a great
So
one.
normally,
We did a great one in your backyard the other day.
actually, that one is doing quite well. But you know what? That's one you helped me with.
Okay, so this brood chamber is full of brood, filling with honey. But what we're going to do is do a manipulation on this hive, which is a bit more for our intermediate beekeepers, ones who've been keeping bees for a little while. And but it will be very interesting for you beginners as well. See, this sort of thing happens to all hives, to many hives, not all hives, but to all beekeepers. It will happen, and logically they should have just expanded into this frame of space here, this box of space. There's no queen excluder, no obstacles, but they're going to swarm anyway because they feel like they can.
Right.
And good on them. Their prerogative is to reproduce whenever they can, and that's what they want to do.
We have to remember, this is also a sign of a healthy hive, everybody. I mean, if your hive is weak and or small, these aren't things that you're going to see one of those hives do. Your strong, healthy hives, they want to swarm, they want to split, they want to share their genetics they want to spread them around. So, yeah. So this is a good example of things that can happen. It's not a bad thing. It's nothing to panic over. We're going to show you a different method on how we're going to handle this.
And also why we inspect frequently.
Yes.
Because if we left it going on, okay, we've given them the space they need, they should be fine. In another few days, we'd have had a swarm from this hive.
Yep.
So we've caught it, we can see that they were trying to swarm. So we've got time to do something about it. We're going into the hive every week. We see queen cells after only 6.5 weeks after starting up a nuke.
Right.
So heads up, everybody, with nukes this year. This is what can happen. So we've seen the queen cell, charged queen cell. So tomorrow we're going to do another video about what we're going to do about it.
All right. So week 6.5. One of the things that may happen and does happen with your installed nukes and or package bees. So we're going to show you what to do with with a hive that decides it wants to swarm. We're going to go into what's called the Damari split, and that's quite interesting. And again, this isn't necessarily something that everybody is prepared to do, but we're going to show you how to do one on this hive right here. So again, we'll go in next week. We'll check progress again on week 7.5. But this is where we're at. It's been, like I said, it's been a crazy spring, early summer here up in the Northeast with this weather, and it's making our hives do crazy things as well. So, hope you're all having a good day. Take care.